Hi, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Something Else podcast. My name is Gabriella, of course, and this is my guest.
My name is Moesha.
Today, we're talking about having a partner who's incarcerated and just getting into that topic. But before we go ahead and do that, you guys already know what time it is. If you don't know, now you know. I'm going to do the affirmation of the week. These are by Intelligent Change. Sponsor us if you see this. You can. Let's see here. Pull her out. Let's see that. I am resilient and can overcome the toughest times. Don't we love that?
That's like right on the spot.
This is like the third time this has happened. Okay, Intelligent Change. I see y'all. Sponsor this if you see this. But,
that is right on the spot. Especially what we're talking about today and like my whole situation. That's like right on the spot.
Like, really and truly, like, when you have like a partner who's incarcerated or, you know, just going through their own like path with whatever they're going through, it's like, that's not for the weak. It's not for the weak.
It's not. It's everything in one. A child, another job, aggravating family members. It's everything in one times 10. It's not for the weak.
I can only imagine. I mean, like, we talking about people who are not even in the same predicament have a problem with loyalty.
Yes, that's a big thing.
And to be in like, when you like holding out your partner and just like supporting him, and now you're kind of in this position where like it's almost like you have like a choice to make, kind of like what you're gonna do, like whether you're gonna hold the person down or you're just gonna be like, hey, you know, like I can support you and
you can just call me when you need somebody. But other than that, we're not doing this.
It be like that for some people though. Like that's not for the faint at heart.
Within 30 days.
Did you guys have a conversation before like he went in, or was it just kind of like everything happened so fast?
Everything happened so fast because like when he went, we just had, you know, that couple spout where I'm not talking to you, getting blocked, and I just became cool with him again. So we was in the makeup stage, and when he went, we talked, but I didn't think he was going to be in there that long. I was thinking like 2-3 months, you know, he gonna sit, they might get him, you know. But with COVID, everything just dragged.
Yeah.
So it's like, it was me saying, since I already invested, because being in a relationship, being in love, that's an investment.
Yeah, it is.
So I was like, since I did invest, do I want to, you know, keep my investment and try to build on that? Or I was like, okay, he can just call me and talk to, because I know being there with a whole bunch of guys and being on strict things, not being able to do what you want to do, I know how that feels with you. So I had to do my pros and cons with that.
Yeah, I could see that because, like, I mean, I would say the only thing that probably made it, you know, still a hard ordeal, but kind of a little bit more digestible is that you guys don't have kids yet. Because to have kids and like have your partner be like away and then have to like, you know, like explain that to them or kind of comfort them or not really have them there to support you, that's a headache.
And then we went from being with each other every day, all day. We was like, we was always together. We went to sleep, we woke up. One time we was together, I'm at work. Or we doing something with my family. Other than that, or he doing something with his people. But other than that, we always together. And the thing with us, our big thing was we always talk.
Yeah.
We talk about everything from past, future, present. We talk. Like, one thing I'm big on, because looking at what my family, the women in my family been through, and some of the men too, because not just the women. Mm-hmm. There's some women that do men like, but just being around that and seeing what my family, the women and the men in my family went through, I just feel I'm big on communication.
Yeah.
Like, if I don't bad talk you, don't bad talk me. But I know my mouth's kind of crazy, so I do need somebody that person that's gonna, you know,
keep it together.
Our communication is a big thing.
Yeah.
And I respect him and he respects me, and we hit nothing. Like, before we even became in a relationship, he was my best friend. Mm-hmm. So that kind of helped too, because we keep that friendship. Because a lot of people, when they get in relationships, they lose the friendship. So like right now, him being incarcerated, it's making our friendship start over again.
Gotcha. At least I feel like the foundation is important, because sometimes, like, when the person is out in the open, and just like irregular, sometimes you have a conversation and it's just like, oh, what if this was supposed to happen? Oh yeah, I'm gonna hold you down, I'm gonna do this. But when push comes to shove, and shoving and pushing and slipping and falling, it's like you gotta
what I'm doing.
Like, you gotta stand on what you said. Like, I always said, like, I talked about this in one of my other episodes, and I was like, you know, if my partner was like incarcerated, I can hold you down. I got guaranteed, and the warranty, I got a guaranteed 2 years. After that, we could reassess, see what's going on, what we doing. But you know, like, when you love someone, it's really not that easy just to kind of be like, okay, I'm done with you. Especially if the love is like real.
Another thing is trust.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going with someone that the guy did wrong. So, but you like a unicorn in them, because it's like what you're doing is something that they never had before. So it's like he got something on my whereabouts. I hate it. It aggravates the out of me. But I like it, because sometimes when he don't ask, I'm like, you ever ask me what I'm doing?
You're not interested?
Yeah, but that's that. And then he think because when we was together, we was very intimate. But I was trying to tell him that was just energy. Like, we clicked on all levels. So it's like, you brought that out of me. You're not here. Nobody else is giving that to me.
Yeah.
Because they're not giving me that oomph that you gave me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know how to control and go without. And that's something that he can't get past that.
There's people, and I think that's like the biggest thing when, you know, people have partners who are incarcerated. Like, that's the one thing that they struggle with, is kind of like controlling themselves. Like, oh, what am I gonna kind of do? But the fact that he trusts you, and you in your mind know that, like, I'm not gonna like play in this man's face. Like, hats off to you.
Right.
Some of these girls can never.
Another thing is that he the guys he in there with, his cellies, what their girls doing, he like, you know, he probably in there thinking, he get inside his head a lot. So he probably in there thinking he wanna like project that on me. And I have to let him know, no, it's not me. I don't have nothing to lie to you about.
Yeah.
If I'm doing something, I'm doing something. If I'm not doing it, take my word for it. I'll take your word for it. And the thing is, though, he's tendency, like, he have old ways. Like, I know his past goals, I know everything. Like, he don't delete nothing. So, like, I never had no problem with that, because later on he'll end up telling me a story or something.
Yeah.
So I never had a problem with him stepping out, because he's the type where he's with somebody that's he's all about.
Yeah.
Like, he like to say he's not no jitty bug. He a grown man. He don't got time to be playing with different people.
Yeah. I think when, like you said, like, when he's in there and, like, his cellmates and stuff, they have people outside that are doing different things. That's enough to, and even though people are like, oh, men are very emotional.
They're They're more emotional than us.
They are. They just know how to hide it and mask it very well. So I could imagine, like, he's in there, and he, like, you, honestly, the only thing that you have is, like, time. That's what you have, is time. You have time to overthink, and then once you finish overthinking, you got time to go back again and overthink some more, and make sure you don't forget to overthink and sprinkle some more thinking on there. Like, that's all you have time to do. But have you guys, like, discussed, like, did you guys discuss the loyalty thing before he went in there, or was it just like,
nah, that was before he went in. He just liked to bring it back up. Like, we have, like, when he calls, sometimes we have, like, discussions about certain things. But the loyalty, it's like communication. That's my thing. Communicate. And sometimes he hold back. And it's like I have to say certain things to get him to express himself. Or I just make him mad to make him say something. But he hold backs a lot. But when we was like face to face with each other, he told, well, I could just look at him and know what he's thinking.
Mm-hmm.
But he had a rough life. He been through a lot. So like sometimes me looking in, I understand why he do certain things. But I get pissed off sometimes on me. But yeah, I try to look at it like that. But it's a job. Like calling you, it's only 15-minute calls. calling you. Sometimes he called me just to hear my voice, and I'm like, money don't grow on trees, honey. We gotta talk, girl. You gotta wait.
It costs to hear my voice. But like, I mean, and then I know, like, I remember we had this conversation one time. I know that you said, like, you specifically deal with, like, you know, as far as like financing, like when he calls you and stuff like that.
Yeah, so our agreement was I would keep money on the phone for him to call.
Mm-hmm.
But he would figure out how to get his commissary. But if it comes time, every now and then I'll throw money there.
Yeah.
But I don't do his commissary. I put everything on there, so like if you ever look, like if you was up there looking at his value, see I did everything. It's in my name. His family sent everything to me.
Yeah.
Like my Cash App's not even my Cash App no more. That's, you might as well say that's his. But his family send the money for his books and everything. Sometimes it depends on how I feel. He'd be like, just put that on the phone. So like we do either or. Sometimes I put money on the phone, like he'll end up telling me to put the money that they send on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you kind of just like figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, like that's honestly, my bread is strong, y'all. Because like, honestly, like even like hearing you talk about it and stuff like that, like communication is really key. If you're not communicating good with someone who's out here in the outside, when you go in there, just know you're gonna have a hard time. like, and I know it takes like a special person to like really be able, because I know we say like thick and thin, but that's through thick and thin. That's really through thick and thin, because it's like, in reality, like, you don't really owe him nothing.
I don't. I have nothing.
And you
no babies, nothing.
And you still choose to be like, you know, I'm gonna be here for you. I'm gonna be here for you. I'm gonna hold you down. Like, I mean, I'm mostly.
That's not it.
That's just what it is. Through thick and thin. Like, most of the time we hear about it from like, I really haven't. I'm not even gonna lie. There's probably guys out there who are holding down women who are incarcerated. And if you see this, you're always welcome on the podcast, because I would love to have you on. But like, you mostly hear from like a woman's perspective, holding down her man, you know, doing stuff. Like,
right.
You don't really hear it from like a man's perspective. Mm-hmm. And that kind of gets me thinking, like, if a man could like low-key like do that.
You have to like, and then it's a schedule. We have a schedule. But because my job, every 6 months, that schedule changed. But we have a schedule when he called me, or how he called me. Sometimes he do get a little depressed in there, and he'll tell me, we'll talk about it, and then I read some like affirmations to him, and then he'll call me though. That's the time when I let him just blow me up.
Yeah.
I just let him keep calling. I let him run the money out because he just wants somebody to talk. We always talk. Like, he told me everything. He told me some things. I'm like, whoa, like, you know. But then when I understood his background, I was like, okay, I understand. He don't really do a lot. He's very strong to me. And then it's like, when we got together, like when we officially made it official instead of being friends, he told me he felt like, he's big on that, like, intuition. So he told me he felt like he was going. And I was like, stop speaking that out there. You know, you manifesting that. Don't speak that out there. And it happened. So it's like, he sort of kind of prepared me. And that was like, he was warning, like giving me little hints here and there. And that was his way of like seeing if I wanted to stay or go. He was giving me that choice.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, it's been a year or some days. May 20th made a year. Some days I get aggravated. He get blocked. I block the jailhouse calls. Yes, I do. And he'll make his mom call me with his brothers. But I get aggravated sometimes. Sometimes he's a little inconsiderate, but it's just that he wants things done right away and not what we want it done. He failed to realize, yes, he have kids out here, and then people have bills.
Yeah.
Then he's like, what you do? He don't want to know my money. Don't ask me about money. Bills. That's where money at, bills. But that's an argument. We argue about if I don't answer the phone, when I want to answer the phone, or I I quote unquote mute the phone because I'm around somebody.
Yeah.
Because he told me about this situation he was in with a girl. Dude was in jail, and he was telling me how the girl used to do things. And I have to let him realize, like, that's not me. I have myself on a higher respect and standard. Yeah, we're together, but I'm inviting you into my world. Yeah, he's in my world. We're not doing this together. I have to let him know that. I'm inviting you into my universe. You felt my vibe, so you want to hop on this train. So we doing this. I was like, your world's nothing. You a hood dude. Grew up around that. Know how that goes. You gotta get in my world. I have family where we out there, we route you. I can get like that, but I choose not to. And it's like, that's what he's used to. I give it to him. But he think because he's in there, I'm gonna step out on him. And he know I love him. I'm just a sexual, physical person, and he know I love that. So that's his main concern, is about the sex. Like, he say, you gotta get off, get your ass off. But don't let nobody, I'm okay. I contain myself.
He probably says that though, but deep down inside, he's just like,
yeah. You can hear it. Like, when he talk, you can hear it in his voice. I'm like, that ain't me. Next subject.
Like, I'm big on that. Like, don't say something if you don't really mean it for real though. Because I know he would be really hurt.
He would.
Like, you said something. I really wanted to bring it back to this because I was just like, you said that, sometimes like when he feels depressed and stuff like that. So then, like, how do you, like, I know that you said that you guys do affirmations. Is that your main way of like cheering him up, or?
We would talk. I would quiz him if he really know me. Mm-hmm. We do that. We quiz each other on that. Mm-hmm. We would talk about the future, what we want to see progress in our relationship, what do we see ourselves. I was just talking about like happy things with him.
Yeah.
We have twin girls, so like we'll try to call them, so he can talk to them. We listen to music, or I'll send him emails and I can send him lyrics. So he can tell me what lyrics he want to send, or we'll play a song, he'll listen, feel better, and we'll talk. And then I don't know if we're gonna talk about this later, but then we do our little home things.
Yeah.
I think I told you about
I
it.
think everybody knows what that is. And if you don't know, I'm pretty sure it's on Urban Dictionary. But that's really enough to kind of keep his. Listen, you see, if you listening to this, I don't want to hear, oh, he's busy, she's busy, because my girl is busy and she makes it happen.
Sometimes I be tired, sometimes I get busy, but I'll just tell him to call me. He'll call me at like 6 in the morning. Mm-hmm. So before I go to work, we'll do our little thing. I just read something about reassurance.
Yeah.
While they're in there, they need that. Even though it might be aggravating, they shouldn't know you loyal, you should know everything. That reassurance is everything for them.
Yeah.
So I have to reconfess my love. It's like, what's that movie, 50 First Dates? When she don't lose her memory?
Yeah, when she loses her memory.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
like
you get to kind of
replay the videos, what she did or something. Yeah, it's just like that.
I could see that because like when you're like in a position where you kind of have no time, but all the time in the world, but to just think, you kind of like have to put yourself in a position where you're like, trying to make the person remember, like, hey, like we're in this together. Like, don't get into a space where you feel like it's just only you by yourself, because when you get into that space, it's like you're isolated, you're depressed, and you kind of shut down and like.
Cause I get like that. I get depressed. I get frustrated. I don't really get depressed. I just need more down.
Yeah, like a little sad.
Yeah, cause he'll put that energy on me, so it's like, okay, what we finna do? Cause I'm not used to him being like that.
Yeah.
See, I'm the crybaby in a relationship. I'm the baby. I get mad or I cry for no reason, and like he hate when I cry. He get angry when I cry. So it's like for the roles to be reversed.
Yeah, it's tough to kind of like. Then you gotta be the strong one, and when he's out, he's the strong one. But now it's your time to be strong.
We do visitation. It changed because my schedule, but Sunday faithfully. Mm-hmm. I even let you guys know, like, gotta go see Day, and it's like he say like that makes his day. Me faithfully going to see him or picking up the phone and talk to him, or when he needs something, I make it happen.
Yeah.
Even though I was complaining like, I'm gonna leave. I don't want to do this, but cause he did it for me. Like when he was home, like I never touched my damn car. It's just when he went away, I
never touched her wallet. She doesn't even know what a wallet is. Not even Apple Pay.
Yeah, he used to send money and do all that. I was just, it got to the point where I had to, start doing things again, touching, dipping, dabbing in money.
Yeah. So, like, for someone who's, I think people could, benefit from this. For someone who's, like, going through this or is about to go through this, like, knowing what you know now, what you know, and what you've learned in the past, like, what would you, like, tell them? Like, even as a word of encouragement or, like, a word of advice, like, what would you tell them?
Patience. Have patience. And, like, I say the walls closing in on me? That's what they're getting.
Yeah.
They're getting that every day, all day. So it's like, have patience and be understanding. Not put yourself in their shoes of anyone. It could be any family member that's incarcerated or about to go do a bid or anything. Just have patience and be understanding. That's like the two things. And if you feel like something's on your mind that's taking you off that they're dead or something that happened or people coming out nowhere because they're doing a bid, communicate. Communication. Patience and communication while you're with somebody that is incarcerated. That's like your best thing.
And that's so true because, like, sometimes, like, and that's really sad that, like, when people go in, like, they know that sometimes when the people that they went in with will not be the people that are there when they
Good thing you said that. Just to piggyback, I have to let him know that, like, yeah, just because they're your family, they're not obligated to do any of this stuff. They don't have to answer the phone all the time.
That's so true.
When they say they're going to give you something, they're going to dodging him. And then it's like, his feelings get hurt. And he's not the type to beg or ask for anything. Y'all offer this. He just calling to check up on y'all. Y'all offering him money. And when it's time to send the money, y'all dodging him. And it's like, he know I be mad. Because, like, I be saying, like, little things. Like, I'm not calling them. Like, why? They ain't send it. They never going to send it. They supposed to send it.
Yeah.
And so he be like, you gonna give it to me? I was like, yeah, I do it, but it be aggravating when that like that. But I kind of understand his brothers and they're road runners and they have their things. They got to take care of their girls and their kids. And he failed to realize that. He want money every week. Every week.
I don't think y'all would chase things. But I could understand why, though. Because, I mean, you just want to feel like you're taken care of. You want to feel like you got that support. Like, honestly, like, when you go in there and you realize that some of the friends, the family you thought you had is not really as tight, that's just a lie. And you're already in such a vulnerable position. So now to be fully dependent on people, like, who kind of wants to feel like that?
Nobody.
So I could understand why he could feel
Both
like
being
that.
inside and outside. In reality, just because your person that's incarcerated, you're incarcerated too. The same time they got locked up, you got locked up.
That's a big one. That is a big one.
Yeah, you free, you are roaming and doing everything, but at the same time, you still have to make time out of your day to send this money, communicate with this person, call lawyers, make sure they're doing this, check cases. Like, you're still doing everything that they're doing in there, but the thing is, you just don't have a curfew. You still
that's major.
When you're doing a bid with your significant other, family member, y'all doing that together. When they doing a bid, y'all doing it together. It's you choosing to stay and ride it out.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so true. And that really puts it into perspective for people who are on the outside, like looking in, like you're like picking up that cross basically. Like you're in that battle like with them. You're like in that process with them. And for those of you who would stick it out, God bless you.
I did relationships, but I didn't really do relationships. Like, I had my little roster, my little people for certain things, But then he was part of that roster too. But he became like my homie. So I'm like, oh, my little side trying to be kept. And we became cool. I think what made us, people think we've been together for a long, long time. I think we only got like 3 years on us. But it's just that we started off as friends. Like, he was my homie. We just did everything. But when we met, I was seeing somebody and he was seeing somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't really seeing nobody, but he was in a full relationship. I just had my own people. I just treat him like a homeboy. He used to call me. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna call you back. He like that. Like, I have respect for myself. Like, he wrote a letter to me. It said in the letter, he said that he liked that I have respect for myself and how I handle myself. Like, he be trying me with certain things, and like my response like throws him off.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be different than what he used to, and I would take nothing from him. Like, I call him out on everything.
Listen, this is love. Y'all, you remember like when you would read like the books and they're right. This is a real life book. This is like a story.
Yeah, we was talking about our love, how our love is different. I was telling him about this video I saw on TikTok. Well, from TikTok, I found out how to record his calls for free. So I do have like his voice recordings. Shout out to TikTok. I was telling him I saw this video on TikTok where the girl and her dude was in the mall, and she let go of his hand, and he walked the whole mall without noticing her until he got to the store and looked and finally noticed her. But the run back to her was cute, and I said, remember I did that to you? And as soon as you walk 2 feet away, you look like, why you letting me go? And I was like, even when we be asleep, if I move or get up, you wake up. Like, where you going? Why you moving?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, we connected. I was telling him we connected. He was like, Ben told you our energy, man. I'm like, listen, shut up, let me talk. I was just saying that to say, like, we're connected spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, like all of it. Like, me and him connected. And it's like, that's my best friend. So I'm like, I'm gonna stick beside him. I'm gonna ride or die.
Listen. Cause y'all already know. You already know what I'm about to tell you. Like, you already know what I'm about to tell you. Look, y'all heard it. Love story. Listen. Of course, like for anyone who's going through this kind of situation, like patience, understanding, consideration can take you so far. But like, my heart goes out to y'all. Stay strong and just, take it easy.
My thing is though, if you're that person, y'all, and if it's someone that your significant other, not a family member, if it's someone that you guys been to each other and been down and it wasn't no iffiness, you can do it. But if it was, it's gonna cause conflict somewhere in that. And I'm the type where I don't need all that extraness and woo-wah, hootenanny, all that crap from another man that my man already give me. So I'm not looking for it when I already have it in front of me. Like, I'm 26. Who want to be up here, keep saying they have a boyfriend and hopping from this man and that man? All these different bodies on you, like, that stays intact. Yeah, you bathe, but that's in your pores. Like, all these different body fluids. It's not me to each his own. I just stick to my one person, and he's my one person. I found him. I don't gotta look no more. He ain't going nowhere.
He's not.
Even when we broke up, fake breakup, he wasn't going nowhere.
Not the big breakup. Look, y'all. Y'all already know. Of course, don't forget, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us what you think in the comments. We want to know what y'all thoughts are. If you guys have any stories, you can always, drop it in the comments or message us personally. You can find the podcast and my links as well at the Something Else podcast. Would you like to share your socials?
Oh, yes. You can find me Instagram, Twitter, TikTok at XOMOESHAA.
And there you have it. You guys stay safe and stay healthy, and we will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.